Hello everyone.
Oh, hi everyone.
It's Jermaine, Leanne, and Theo here. T-Monkey and Bearfit. How you doing? Hope everyone's doing really well. What is it? Sunday afternoon.
It's Sunday afternoon.
And so we're all sitting here. A bit of a weird day. So our little boy here is unwell.
Yes.
For how long now, Bob?
Oh, since Tuesday.
Since Tuesday. So he's got a little virus, and unfortunately, Mama Bear's unwell as well.
Yeah. So sorry if I sound a bit stuffed up. I've got.
No, usually she sounds a bit stuffed up. She's not her usual bubbly self. So we need to be a bit patient with her. But we thought we'd do a quick follow up on the video that you did a little while ago about our Vegas trip.
Yes, our lovely Vegas trip. We went on with the three of us.
How long was that? About 5 weeks ago now?
Yes, so we went to Vegas on the 9th of October for 6 days.
9th of October for 6 days.
Yes.
And I mean, it's, when you told people that we were going to Vegas, what was the reaction?
Most people were a bit like, why on earth are you going to Vegas with a baby? You can't gamble, you can't drink, like there's nothing for a baby to do in Vegas, so why are you going?
So I always hear like similar things as well. And I think Vegas has got so much more to do. And just to, for full transparency, I like to gamble and drink.
I definitely like to drink.
Yeah. But I think it's one of those things where so we've been a few times before. And I think, obviously, the holiday that you have as a couple is really different. Oh, okay. The holiday you have as a couple is really different to the one that you have as a family, right?
Yes. Yeah, it is very different.
Right? Oh, you okay? But I think we had an awesome time.
I think so too.
Come, let me take it for a minute. Okay. Maybe I'll sit down for 2 minutes.
I'm playing past the baby.
This poor guy. So we've had to cancel all our weekend plans. Sorry to those that we've cancelled on this weekend, but this young man has needed to take some rest and relaxation.
He really has.
But, alright. But we had a really different type of holiday.
We did. So our typical Vegas when we were just the two of us was like, we would have like some days where we'd gamble a little bit, we'd drink a lot, we'd have lots of walking around between casinos and things like that. So
yeah, I think it's just
different.
I think it's just pretty standard, pre-baby kind of do whatever you want kind of living. Yeah. But I think there are some really cool things that we did on this trip that maybe it's worth us just touching on a little bit.
Yeah.
Or rather, let me ask you, what was your favourite thing to have done as a family on this trip?
I think one of my favourite things.
No one can see you, by the way, because your son is. Tell you what, I'm gonna hold him. What were your favourite things to do on this trip?
My favourite thing on this trip was when we just went walking with him and we found like really lovely spots outside where we could sit down, we could hear the water in the background because the hotel that we stayed in had like had water around it, like little streams and waterfalls and things like that. So just to find somewhere nice, sit down with Theo and just kind of take in the warm weather and chill out together because life is just so busy sometimes that it was nice to just stop and do that.
Okay, nice.
So I think that was one of my favourite things to do.
Okay.
While we were away.
And then, is there, if you're going to be recommending Vegas to somebody, because obviously a lot of people, they may not necessarily stay in the kind of more resort type place where you do have more of the outdoor space. So if you're going to be recommending Vegas to somebody with a baby, like what would you say to them? What would you recommend? I
would definitely say there's lots to do outside of the gambling and the drinking. And the things that I would recommend are, sorry, just to kind of walk the strip as well, especially if you do it at times that aren't too busy. It's so nice to get out there and walk, and lots of the hotels have like big things outside, like the New York roller coaster or the fountains at Bellagio and the volcanoes at I think at Mirage. So there's lots to actually do outside of the casinos, outside of the smoky areas that actually I'm sure children and babies would really enjoy just looking at those things. And for me also the shopping's great, so as long as you don't mind taking your baby shopping with you, then you can really do some great shopping over there. We bought lots of stuff for Theo. As you probably all know, Theo's going to nursery in January, so we stocked him up on all his new clothes and jumpers because it's going to be cold, hats and stuff like that. So that's another great thing about Vegas, is the shopping is great. And one thing that we didn't actually do, just because we found enough to do around our own resort, but there are also, I know, indoor playgrounds, outdoor playgrounds, there's a children's museum. So I did a little bit of research before we went on things that we could do if we got stuck and we were thinking, oh, we just need to get out of here, what can we do? And there is actually quite a lot.
Yeah.
Definitely. So I would say, don't hold back, definitely. If you enjoy Vegas,
Okay, baby boy.
you can definitely go with your baby or children.
Okay, nice. So, all right. So I'll just add a couple of things in then. Some things that occurred to me then. So the first thing on recommendations is I think I'm going to second the shopping point actually. So Vegas for me is one of the best places in the world to shop because I think it's got everything for every price point actually in like a really small area.
That's very true.
And I think it's easy to drive around. So when you put all of those,
Uber if you don't drive.
or do that, drive around, just easy to transport yourself around. And so when you put all of that together, I would say that it is a brilliant place to go shopping.
Yes.
I also think that it is really underrated just for how good the sightseeing can actually be. So you mentioned like all of the activities that are really happening outside, but also you've got things like LA is a short drive away.
That's true.
You've got things like the Grand Canyon, short drive away. If you don't mind doing a little bit of flying in within the States, you could easily get to San Francisco.
Yes.
We went to San Diego before.
Oh yeah, that was
Awesome
lovely. They've got a
places.
great zoo in San Diego.
Or there's so many great things in that
Yeah.
place. I mean, some really awesome places, and they were talking about like a 2-hour flight max,
Yeah.
which I personally just think is really easy to accommodate.
We did a day
shh,
trip to
shh,
San
shh,
Diego,
shh, shh.
didn't we?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We went out in the morning, we came back in the evening,
Yeah,
and it was amazing.
it was great. You just reminded me as well, actually, that we went to Lake Las Vegas,
Yes.
which was really pretty, and they've got lovely restaurants and things there. Theo was asleep in the car, so we decided just to take a driving tour around rather than disturb him, but there is lots to do there as well.
Yeah, I think so. And I think if one thing I would say that does make a difference is obviously if you can do the trip with somebody who can help you with here, look at this. Someone who can help you looking after your youngster.
Yes.
If you decide that you wanted to say take some time as a couple just to go out, and that's where the whole like casinos and restaurants and everything and hotel all in one makes a big difference
Yeah.
because you've got entertainment on your doorstep really.
It's very true, you don't have to go too far.
So we were lucky we were there with a few of your family.
Yes.
And so we managed to have a few nights where Theo was looked after, probably 3-4 hours or so maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
Um,
And the first morning, because
Yeah.
bless him, the time difference is 8 hours, and so his body clock was a little bit out of sync, so he was up very, very early on
Yeah,
the first morning.
that's it. We got up unbelievably early, but then
Really early.
it was great, and we could spend some time together. And obviously, anyone with a baby knows. I mean, you get up whenever you're made to, really, right?
It's true. But we were lucky in that parents were up, and so they were happy for Theo to go in and play in their room, and we went down and
Yeah, we had an
had
awesome
some-
morning.
We did. We had a really awesome morning.
So, I think the few things as well that I would be mindful of with something like Vegas is that's one of the longest direct flights you're going to do.
Yeah.
So that's an 11-hour shot. Now, luckily, this young man is he's doing all right with the flying now.
He is.
So he's done 3 flights now.
Yes.
Okay, and so he's doing pretty well. 11 hours is long
11
time.
Is a long time.
So
Definitely. And he wasn't crawling then
no,
either, so I think that may make a difference because
Ye-
he was quite happy to sit in the seat and play with his toys rather than
Yeah.
want to move around too
I
much.
think that's right. So it's one you do have to work a little bit harder. I felt we worked harder on that than we did with the previous trips we did.
Yes.
Or less
Yeah.
certainly comparing it with say Disney.
Yes, because he was only 5 months old, so he did sleep a lot. on
He
the
slept a
plane.
lot more exactly. Whereas
Yeah.
this trip, it was a lot more involved. 11 hours can feel like a really long time, and if you're not an experienced flyer, then you may feel it a little bit more. I think we did pretty well,
Yeah.
which was not too bad. As usual, things like his babies and yo-yos, a great buggy. I think that made a
Definitely.
difference. Getting to the plane,
Yes.
yeah.
And when we got off as well, because
And when we
he
got
was
off.
tired because when we landed, it was past his
That's a
bedtime in the UK.
Massive point, because that's a huge point, because we were flying. It was past his
It
bedtime.
was past his bedtime, so the time that we landed in Vegas was probably around 11 p.m. UK time.
Yeah, roughly.
And
So-
his bedtime is 7, so
So it was crucial actually, because as soon as we got off the plane, obviously we're more fatigued from just a longer flight.
yeah.
He is well into his bedtime, And so because we had the buggy right there,
Yeah.
it just let him chill out a little bit more, a little bit sooner.
We could just sit him down and get him settled.
Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, I wouldn't say it wasn't smooth because he's actually he's really chill generally.
Yeah.
But it was it helped hugely.
It was a big help.
Silly things like having suitcases on 4 wheels
Yeah.
was massive. So we most of our suitcases were on 2 wheels, but we actually decided to change to 4-wheel cases.
Yes, I think after our Florida trip.
After the Florida one.
How useful it was.
Absolutely, and we just said, look, the basic rule is that if you've got the baby,
Yeah.
I should be able to wheel all of our stuff on my own.
Which is a lot easier.
But I had to do it at one point.
Yeah, no, of course.
So having the 4 wheels made a difference. As always, just buy the biggest car you can.
Yeah, because you need the boot space.
Yeah, I think in our Florida video we covered the point about the baby seat. We had a real challenge hiring a car seat in Florida because we got the seat, but local rules meant that people were reluctant to actually fit it.
Yes.
And the quality was nothing like what we have for him at home.
No, it's true.
And so we just weren't happy with it at all, really. Whereas this trip, we just bought a bag on Amazon for about 20 quid or something.
Yes.
Shipped his car seat over. We just wrapped it up. They put a fragile sticker on it. You okay, boy? We shipped it over. And obviously we've then got... And our seat is okay to use in the States, which is one of the key points that we had to make sure we check. And then, we obviously had that level of quality with us. So that was brilliant.
Yep.
We're big fans of staying on a strip. I'm just thinking of the different things that we'd say.
We are big fans of staying on a strip, and I guess the good thing about that is if the baby is awake early or children are awake early and you do want to just get out and walk while it's quiet, then staying on the strip means that you can just do that and you can see Vegas while it's quiet. I
would actually go as far as say, if you don't know Vegas that well, but you want to do the trip, I would 100% stay on strip.
Yes.
I would say do not even consider a resort unless you really know what you're getting into.
Yes.
Well, I think with us we really had a sense, and so it worked for us, and we knew why that would be.
Yeah.
So I think that worked really well. In terms of budgeting, actually Vegas becomes a really cheap one, because if you think, I think it becomes a cheap one because if you normally go there to gamble. Well, you won't spend anywhere near as much money.
It definitely won't be gambling unless you kind of take it in turns.
Well, it was hilarious. I mean, we really didn't do very much at all, and that was we had some help, but we just didn't.
We just do it in short blocks, isn't it? It's not.
Okay. Yeah, you just play in short blocks, but really and truly, like when you're there, you want to take the time as a family.
Yeah.
I don't think at any point were we looking saying we wanted to get away for entertainment. We wanted to take the time, just chill out. And I think places like Vegas are really good, and I think Dubai will be quite good because of the nature of service in these places. And that's one thing that, if you've not thought of it, is when you go on holiday with a youngster, service counts for a lot more than I would have ever previously thought of.
I think so too.
Well, normally, we'd just be happy to get on and do things ourselves if we really needed to. Whereas with a youngster, you're so reliant upon other people's goodwill, good nature, to enhance your experience.
Yeah, you just want things to run smoothly, and that helps if you've got.
Well, I agree with you on that point, and I guess I don't know if I'm more of a pessimist on these things. I don't know, or an optimist. I'm not too sure which one this is going to be. But I always look and think, I don't expect anything to be smooth, but I know good service will pull you through.
Yeah, I think.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I agree with that. That's a good way of looking at it.
And so that's why I didn't realise it until we went there. But there were some times where we just got really good service, because that's what Vegas is actually, I think it's pretty good at.
I think it's good
and we just got really attentive people who just elevate the experience. And when you're there, you're tired, you want a break. Actually, that elevation for me helps.
Yeah, I've just thought of 2 other great things about Vegas with children as well. Is that nearly every hotel has a great pool.
Yes.
Has a great swimming pool.
Yes, good point.
So some of them are just normal swimming pools, but the size of them means that it's great. And then other ones are quite themed. So I think Mandalay Bay has a beach, and MGM has a big lazy river and things like that. So the pools are great in Vegas.
Yeah, I personally can't comment in detail on how baby friendly they are.
The ones on the strip here.
I can't comment on that. So I agree with you. I think generally they're great. I just think I've not had the chance to look at the strip ones through that different lens, you know, as a parent. So that for me is still a bit of a question mark, but I do generally agree with your point.
Yeah, they're good.
And the reality is that even if you're not swimming but you're looking to just lounge and just hang out,
if you
probably can't go too wrong really.
And the other point that I was going to make is that if you do want to go out for dinner, there are just so many great restaurants all in close proximity.
Yeah, that is it. That is huge.
If you stick into like your children's bedtimes and things like that, then you know you can leave your hotel, especially if you're staying on the strip, leave your hotel and be at 4, 5, 6 great restaurants within a short walk.
So, well, short walk. There's no such thing as a short walk in Vegas. What are you talking about?
Not in your hotel.
Huh? Maybe. I don't even buy that. Anytime anyone says to me in Vegas something is close by, I said, look, you're lying. That's a mile.
Yeah,
Everything's a mile.
If you're going between
I assume everything
hotels.
is 1 mile between hotels.
But think about the number of restaurants that are in MGM.
Right, guys. So for our follow-up video, we are gonna do a bet. I'm gonna bet Leanne $100 she cannot get to anything in less than a mile from our hotel room. So hotel room to any eatery.
So to the nearest restaurant. Okay.
Dude, 1 mile.
Okay.
1 mile. There you go,
Fine.
guys.
We'll
And
take that one.
and it's recorded.
I will take that bet.
You take that bet. You're a clown. You've lost $100.
That's fine.
So I think it was pretty awesome.
It was. It was a really, really good trip. And it was so nice because obviously we've been to Vegas a few times and we really enjoy it. So it was just so nice to go with Theo and know that we can still go somewhere we really love and do stuff with him there as well.
That for me is the essence of the of why I love Vegas actually, because I remember a colleague at work said just absolutely, you know, what are you doing? You can't do Vegas. And I said, and the thing that keeps occurring more and more as we go through is the experiences that we have with him wherever we take him.
Yeah.
Is as much, I think it's as much for us as it is for him.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, you know, like, well, with the exception of Monk. All right.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right. Okay. You're being a good guy.
Yeah.
I think with few exceptions, right? We always expect to have the memories of everything that we're doing, and we can look back at them, and we've got them on film and on camera.
Yes.
And for me, it's absolutely priceless. You know, when you look back and we've got so many memories that we formed together. I think Vegas was actually even our first holiday when we knew we were pregnant.
Yeah.
It may have. I think it was. You know.
I do.
And if not, it was the second
it was
one.
either that or Dubai.
Right.
Yeah, I'm trying to
So
remember.
I just think where we know we've got so many great memories from a place, where you can then go there with your child, you share all of the beautiful. You have all the beautiful memories, plus you share the experience with them.
Yeah.
For me, it's priceless, man.
Oh, it really, really is.
I think so long as it feels safe, you go anywhere in the world. Look, even Theo's clapping. Yeah. Yeah, you're clapping.
Theo loved his holiday too.
Yeah, you loved it? Oh, perfect. Look, I can't personally think of a better way to end this video, actually.
No, me
other than
neither.
with our boy clapping, saying, Daddy, you've sold Vegas with a baby. Yeah, why don't you give some smiles? Because we all know you can like to give us... Go on, give a smile. Oh, no, you're looking at this thing.
He's like, why have you
Alright,
taken
fine.
it?
I dare not mess around with you and your dummy. But I can't...
Not when he's not very well.
Let me help you, especially not when he's not well. Alright, oh, there you go. Have that one and start clapping. Well, look, I can't think of a better way to end this video. If that's alright with you, Pup.
No, I'm very happy.
Right, I think Vegas with a baby was a fantastic trip.
It was.
We all enjoyed it,
clapped.
and you've got a group clap, a monkey and bear fit clap going on here. As we thought it was a fantastic trip. So we went for about 6 nights.
Yeah, we went for 6 nights.
I think it was just about enough. I would maybe love to go for a day or 2 more.
Oh yeah, I think a day or 2 would be good, just because it takes a while to get into. What am I trying to say? Like to settle in, because the time difference is so big. And because
Yeah,
of the
and
baby.
we did all right. I think my personal view is we did all right settling, but because you do always just end up losing a day
Yeah.
total, and you
You
really
do.
lose a day. It's not, you can't fake that.
No.
With the travelling, I think that going for kind of 7 or 8 nights. Oh, all right. Mummy needs to be able to see. I think yeah, she does. I think going for 7 or 8 nights would have been pretty great.
Yeah.
But no regrets with 6.
No, definitely not.
We loved it.
We did.
Mr. Theodore loved it.
Yes. I'm going to turn him around.
He's got some awesome pictures which we should post soon as well.
Yes.
And
We'll post
yeah,
some pictures.
I'm pretty sure and pretty much hoping that we'll be going back soon.
Yes.
Yeah?
Definitely.
Agreed?
Agreed.
Agreed? Agree, Mr. Boy? All right.
Yeah, Theo agrees.
All right, guys. So look, really glad that you joined us on this Sunday afternoon, and hope you enjoyed our recollections of our trip to Vegas. If you've got any questions, look, as ever, just email us. We're at monkeyandbarefit@gmail.com. We're on Instagram, Monkey and Barefit. We're on Facebook, Monkey and Barefit.
Yes.
Twitter, Monkey and Bear F1. And we're probably on loads of other social media if you type in Monkey and Bear Fit.
And our website.
And our website, which is
monkeyandbarefit.com.
absolutely monkeyandbarefit.com. So guys, have an awesome rest of the weekend, and we will see you soon.
Yeah.
All right, take care.
Take care.
Monkey,
Bye.
say bye. You're going to show that you can wave now as well.
Bye bye.
You're going to show you can wave now.
You can wave, can't you?
Bye-bye. All right, you're going to give nice smiles?
Bye bye.
Yay! See you later, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye. Bye.